All right, we are live. What's going on, guys? This is Rob Garcia, the Warrior Strategist, and today I beat my own sleep record, and I woke up at 2 a.m. and I just ran with it. I was like, all right, the hell with it. I look outside. There's a guy being towed. I heard some weird noises, and there's a giant truck being towed, making a whole bunch of noise. I was like, all right, I'm awake. Cold shower, Devil Dog Brew coffee, and let's get after it. So today, going to talk about the power of lists. And the power of lists is very underutilized. A lot of people don't understand how to use them properly. It's something that has been very beneficial to my business procedures and processes. And so I'm going to share the theory behind it. I'm going to share how to utilize them properly and how to get more business with them. As always, let's give a shout out real quick to the Tactical CEQ Business Visibility Guide. If you want to know more about getting more visibility to your business, getting more better social media that sells, partnering up with celebrities and influencers, pick up your Tactical CEQ Guide. $47 for the digital version and $97 for the physical printed copy with fillable worksheets and scannable QR codes. I put my heart and my soul into this. This is 6 years of experience in this 50+ page guide, fully illustrated. If you guys want this guide, message me. I'll send you the links. Let me know if you want printed or digital. And as always, I stand by my work, so I can actually help you once you get a copy of this and you message me like, hey, Rob, can you help me make a social media plan using the stuff in the guide? I'm like, sure. That's how I roll. I love celebrating my fans, my audience, people that are with me on this journey. Okay. And if you're popping in, feel free to say hi in comments. Let me know what you're up to. Funny, fast segue. You're shopping through Walmart and you're looking through stuff and you're like, I just am here for like a candle and some avocados. And then you walk through the wrong aisle and you see an Iron Man coffee mug. You're like, all right, take my money. That's how this happened. Okay. Second shout out we're going to give is to, of course, Mike's Damascus Knives at Mike'sDamascusKnives.com. Check out Mike's Damascus LLC on Facebook, maker of hand-forged quality knives. An amazing company. They all come with their own little custom sheath so you don't jab yourself during a tactical insertion. All right, or any other type of insertion. That's what she said. All right, let's jump into it. So every year I come up with a concept to help people be more successful in business, and they're not super complex, right? I'm not going to write an entire book on it, but one year it was networking with purpose. The year after, it was selective filtering. It means tuning out everything, the news, dumb people, social media, like all the stuff that distracts you, and just being super, super focused. I think it was called focused filtering. And this year, it hit me. I'm like, what concept can help a lot of people that has brought me success and that is easy to teach? And anyone can utilize, doesn't have to be, you don't have to have like certification or education or any specialized skill set. And that concept is lists. Lists. It's hard to say. The power of lists. And all you need is a piece of graph paper, or go do what I did, go to Walmart, buy one of these guys for like $3 and make your own book of lists. And in business, this is invaluable. Okay. So, I am a bit of a paper hoarder, not going to lie. Like I have probably 60 pieces of paper in a pile, all filled with information that I'm constantly like revising and throwing away stuff and moving stuff forward. But at the end of the day, it creates unbelievable databases, old school databases of valuable information for your company. So if you need ideas, you're like, well, okay, Rob, that's awesome, but why would I need a list? Like, what would that actually do for me? Catherine Tamara. Hello. Okay, first things first. The very first thing you should pop into your list is warm leads. What are warm leads? Anybody that integrates with your content, anybody that comments on your stuff all the time, like the super fans, anybody who says something positive whenever you do a pitch post or you're selling something, that's a warm lead. Okay. So I literally have the WLL, the warm leads list on here with a checklist that says, that has the Garcia, I don't even have a name for this. This is my process. Attract, connect, create value ×2, qualify, sell. That's my sales process. Works out every time. You don't have to like cold pitch anyone. You don't have to, you've already qualified the people, so you don't have to like face rejection. You know, it's not dating. You don't just walk up to some hot chick at Wet Seal and you know, let me get your number. No, I'm dating 4 guys I met off next door in Plenty of Fish. All right, later. When you use that sales technique, it works out really, really well. Attract, connect, create value twice, qualify, sell. That's the way I do it. Everybody's happy. All right. So the first list you should do is warm leads list. Just start keeping track of people and monitoring where they are in the process. And I swear to God, graph paper is the easiest way to do it. It's like a CRM, but it's just old school because it's paper instead of electronic. I know every single person that wants to work with me. I know if I've had a call with them. I know if I've created value for them. I know when it's time to qualify or pitch them. Once I have the call, I pretty much know if they're a good fit or not for my PR and visibility services. So warm leads should be the first list. Another list you can do is media stuff. So I'm going to hook you guys up with a very valuable piece of information. If you want more interviews, and all of you guys should want a ton of interviews, right? It helps grow your business. It positions you, pops you on Google, higher searchability, blah, blah, blah. It drives sales to you, drives traffic to your website, all this stuff. It's all wins, right? If you want more interviews, every time you see somebody on social media talking about their podcast or their magazine or their blog, write it down. At the end of about a month or two, you're going to have a nearly infinite supply of places that you can pitch for an interview. My media list is ridiculous, and I use it for my clients. I do the heavy lifting, so they don't have to. So if somebody hires me, I'm like, okay, hey, guess what? You're greenlit for like 8 interviews this month. You got some time? So media lists, very, very valuable. I literally have every single media outlet, like larger one in San Diego. I have a list of veteran-themed podcasts. I have a list of magazine owners. Media lists are vital for your PR and visibility plan if you want more interviews. So that's a really good one. I have reporter lists. So I keep a lot of stuff that's really specific for my PR services. Joey Brown says, I like to write ideas on paper, transfer them to digital for long-term. Google drives crazy plus CRM. Yeah, Joey, I love it. And I don't do electronic only because there's a couple of reasons, but only because I like being able to grab something very quickly and know where it's at. And maybe it's a tangible thing where I just like touching it. But electronic CRM lists are great backups and they're effective too. You know, everybody's got their own way of doing stuff. There's no right or wrong. I'm just a big fan of notebooks, and maybe it's my age. Who freaking knows? All right. So I grabbed a couple of other lists I use that are very useful to me. And every one of you guys, like I said, you have some type of business, right? You've got some type of business model, and you need to pick the lists that are appropriate to your business model, that match your business model. So for example, I go on LinkedIn sometimes, and LinkedIn's where I'm going to find my higher end clients. I have a list of friends on LinkedIn that I have an agreement with, and this is called a success pod. Instagram influencers do this all the time to artificially pad their engagement. It's just a list of like 30 people that I know If they see my stuff, they agree to comment, like, share it. If I see their stuff, same. If I do a good post about business, I'm tagging 5 to 10 of them and they'll engage. Then it starts the whole thing, right? This is an awesome list to have because LinkedIn is hard to navigate. I'm not proficient at it. And honestly, it's just, you have to really put in the work to start getting traction on LinkedIn, like really consistent posting. I'm broadcasting on LinkedIn right now. But it's one of my weaker social media platforms. Same with Pinterest. So I'm working at that. I'm working to develop my, my influence and my power over these platforms. All right. So in review, warm leads list, media list, Success Pod. Success Pod is just 20 to 50 people where you have verbal agreements to cross promote each other's stuff when you see it on a social media platform, right? Let's see. I'm trying to think of something that's like relevant to you guys. Another one is, the Big Fish list. So I keep a little mini compendium. And it's super fancy, right? It's graph paper that is folded over and stapled. This has my most prolific information in it, right? The Big Fish list is everyone I know with a 7-figure or more business, everyone I know that owns a massive company, a couple of reality TV stars, a couple of high-end celebrities. I'm kind of friends with one of the actors from Cobra Kai. No, right? Fancy. You should have a Big Fish list and you should integrate with them more often. The people who are so successful that it scares the shit out of you, that should be your Big Fish list. And right now, my Big Fish list is probably 20 people. And by integrating with them, you have the ability to work with them, to create success for them. And I can assure you that's very lucrative. If you have your Big Fish list, some people just work with Big Fish, right? And I'm not there yet. I'm kind of all over the place as far as who I work with. The Big Fish list is people you want to grow with that are highly successful, that are very influential, and they can be famous in all different types of ways. They could be an influencer with a 500,000 person follower account. They could be a movie star. They could be a millionaire. They could be a prolific author, whatever. Make a Big Fish list. And then another list that I made that I really like is the industry list. So on Twitter, one day I went full blue ocean and I was like, what if I just looked up every single PR person out there? And I made a list and I started creating value for them. And then I jumped into the PR room on Reddit and started teaching what I've learned. Because a lot of PR people don't know what they're doing, or they're real early stage in the game, like college students. And I can show them how to fast track past their problems if they have a lack of experience or a lack of education or a lack of, being in industry. So by doing this, creating an industry list of, 20 people that do what I do, or a bunch of PR students at SDSU or whoever, I'm able to create value for these guys, cross promote. And by adopting a blue ocean strategy, you guys should all listen up on this one. This is important. By adopting a blue ocean strategy, if somebody comes to you and let's say that either the price point's different, like they can't afford you, or they want a service that's not quite in your wheelhouse, but somebody else, pop that warm lead and referral over to a colleague, right? So if somebody comes to me and they're like, hey, I need this and this and this, like really high-end PR, high-end media names, and a consistent campaign for 3 months, I'm not going to take that probably. I'm going to send him to Justin Charpentier because he's awesome. And I've seen his results. I've seen what he does. And he's more situated to handle large end clients like that with needs at that level. So by creating this blue ocean list of other people in your industry, you can cross promote. You can look like a player in the industry by offering value, and you can also farm leads. in the context of, let's say that you have 20 people in your industry, but you have a guide you can sell them that teaches them something new, or you have some kind of training or a workshop or whatever for people that want to learn from you and whatever it is that you're really good at. Okay. So keeping an industry list, very, very valuable. All right. That is about time for today. I'm going to hit the gym. I've been up since 2 a.m. I'm a little spacey right now, and it's awesome. If you guys have any questions about lists or visibility or PR, feel free to reach out to me. Thanks so much for checking this out. I'm telling you guys, if you want to be successful in 2024 on a much different level, start making lists. Start thinking about, okay, what lists would help my business? What lists would help me to meet my goals? And it doesn't have to be super fancy, right? Graph paper folded over and stapled, $3 notebook from Walmart, whatever. But lists are everything. And I'm going to leave you with this final thought. If you have resource lists of things, you can sell them. So let's say you make a list of 80 podcasts and you write the podcast guide for 2024 and you pop it out there for $20, you're going to make sales. You're going to be able to take that knowledge, take that. You've done all the legwork. You've done it for them, and you can pop it out there and people will buy it. Okay. So just a thought, make your lists, turn them into an ebook or a printed book, and now you have an income stream. What are valuable lists that people will pay for? Lists of media platforms, right? Podcasts, magazines, blogs, influencers, lists of like how to do stuff, lists of resources for entrepreneurs, like the best websites and apps out there, playbooks that teach tactics and strategy. But the point is, if you're going to be making lists, get paid for your time. I've got a bunch of lists. And guess what? I'll probably turn a lot of them into some crazy ebook or a training or a workshop or something. And those hours I spent developing the databases, developing the lists are going to get me paid. So that's the power of lists. That's how you use it to help people, to save them hours and hours and hours of time, and to get paid for it. All right, guys. That's all I got for now. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'm Rob Garcia, the Warrior Strategist, coming at you from lovely San Diego. I'm going to go hit the gym and be awesome. Hope you guys have an amazing start to 2024. I hope you're kicking ass. If you have any questions about PR, visibility, getting your face out there, getting on TV, doing better social media, all that fun stuff, feel free to reach out to me. All right. That's all I got for today. And as always, stay famous. See you next time.